A friend of mine had used ACP for some of the projects they had at their home. I think they had some cabinets done and some walls painted, and we were very unhappy with what had happened the last time our cabinets were painted, and so finding someone who would do a really good job of that was really important to us.
I noticed ACP Painting and was surprised by the number of 5-star ratings that they had. And so I read a lot of the ratings, looked at a few other sites, and really felt most comfortable contacting them and asking them to come look at the house and give us a quote. When I contacted ACP, we initially were looking for someone to completely repaint the interior of our home, paint new doors and new door frames, and also have them fill in an architectural opening that we didn't care for. And they did a really good job filling in that wall for us.
ACP made the process quite painless for us. My wife and I both work in offices at home, and we need to have some level of quiet in order to be able to accomplish what we need to. And they were very careful to ensure that they disturb us as little as possible. While there's obviously going to be some shifting of things around, it really was a relatively painless process. We did, from day to day, shift furniture to ensure that everything that needed to be painted could be accessible. But other than that, we really didn't have to do much, and their presence wasn't felt hardly at all.
It was great. I mean, they were friendly, they were very respectful of our home. We had issues with the floor, and we had everything covered, and they were always, careful about that. They took their shoes off to do the work. They were always on time. And if I had questions, we'd be out, if you go through the garage or whatever, and we had questions, they would always engage, but they were very much on task the time they were here. And when they said it would take 5 days for all the cabinets, it took 5 days, and they were done in that amount of time.
ACP did some outstanding service for us, and we had a very good feel for just exactly what they were doing because we'd worked with a number of contractors prior to working with them. A lot of those contractors failed to meet our expectations. ACP lived up to them and exceeded them. We were really pleased with their professionalism, their dependability, their attention to detail.
Our experience with ACP was totally positive, from the communication that happened to throughout the project and even before it began, and the process itself and the work the guys did and how they treated our home and how they kept us informed about what was going on, as well as the follow-up after the project was finished, was all very positive.
ACP Painting is basically a family company. It's family owned and operated, and you feel it in all the crew. It seemed like one large family working together towards a single goal. In that, they really stand out from a lot of these other companies that will simply subcontract a lot of their services. They really stand behind their work. They're really committed to this feeling of incorporation. You become part of that family while you're part of the job.
Yeah, I agree. I think every single employee that I talked with, they expressed this sense of love for their job, which I found really refreshing compared to all of the other contractors, employees we've had in our home. I do believe that the owners really care about all of their employees, and I felt like they cared about us as the customer as well.
Our cabinets previously had a paint on it that got shiny when if you had any fingerprints around the door handles and things, it got shiny and you could clean it, but you never got rid of the shine. And they were dark cabinets, so that was very apparent. ACP talked about a different kind of paint that's been available for the last 5 years or so, much more durable, and that's what they've used on the cabinets. It's made all the difference. They look beautiful, they don't show fingerprints, they're easy to clean, they're awesome.
It's difficult to put into words how happy I am with the state of our home since ACP did repairs and painting. We had such horrible experiences with a few other vendors that I was in tears. I really wasn't sure that our home could ever look the way I hoped it would, but ACP they came in, they did such an amazing job. I couldn't believe how happy I was at the end of the project. I knew after a day of having a crew in our home that we were going to have a much more pleasant experience, but it didn't prepare me for just the sheer joy of being in my home after the ACP crew painted and did the repairs.
Now that everything is finished and painted and stuff, we're very happy with what the house looks like. It's bright, makes me feel good.
I went from being fairly despondent about the appearance to being truly happy and proud of the home and felt good about inviting people in.
Which in turn made me feel very grateful to ACP.